Have you ever tried to explain your point, only to have someone ignore your argument and attack you personally? Maybe you've heard things like, "Don't listen to him, he's clueless," or, "Of course you'd say that, you're too sensitive." These are classic examples of the ad hominem fallacy. Today, we're going to break down what this fallacy is, why people use it, the different forms it takes, and how you can respond effectively. Let's start by understanding what an ad hominem fallacy really means, and why it's so common in debates and discussions. The ad hominem fallacy occurs when someone attacks the person making an argument, rather than addressing the argument itself. Instead of engaging with the logic or evidence, the focus shifts to personal traits, motives, or reputation. It's like saying, "Your argument is wrong because you are wrong." This tactic avoids the actual issue and can derail meaningful conversation. Recognizing this fallacy is the first step to keeping discussions on track and focused on ideas, not individuals. When someone uses an ad hominem, you'll notice the conversation quickly moves away from the topic at hand. Instead of discussing facts or reasoning, the person might question your intelligence, motives, or background. This shift is intentional. It's meant to put you on the defensive and distract from the real issue. By being aware of this tactic, you can better recognize when a discussion is being derailed and steer it back to the main point. People often resort to ad hominem attacks when they lack strong counterarguments or feel threatened. It's a way to shift attention away from facts and logic, and instead, influence the audience emotionally. In heated debates, especially in politics or personal disputes, it's easier to attack someone's character than to engage with their ideas. Understanding these motivations can help you see through the tactic and not take the bait. Ad hominem attacks are powerful because they trigger emotional reactions. When someone questions your character or motives, it's natural to feel defensive or upset. This emotional response can cloud your judgment and make it harder to respond logically. Recognizing that this is a tactic, not a valid argument, can help you stay calm and focused on the real issue. The most obvious form of ad hominem is the abusive type. This is when someone directly insults you instead of addressing your point. For example, "Your idea is stupid because you're stupid." It's a blatant attack meant to undermine your credibility and shut down the conversation. Recognizing this form is usually straightforward, but it's important not to let it distract you from your argument. Another common type is the circumstantial ad hominem. Here, the attack focuses on your background, motives, or circumstances, rather than your argument. For example, you're only saying that because you're a teacher. This suggests your viewpoint is invalid simply because of your situation, not because of any flaw in your reasoning. It's a subtle way to dismiss your argument without actually engaging with it. The tu quoque or you too fallacy is another form of ad hominem. Instead of addressing your argument, the other person accuses you of hypocrisy. For example, "You say I should save money, but you spend too much." This tactic tries to discredit your point by pointing out perceived inconsistencies in your behavior, rather than engaging with the substance of your argument. Guilt by association is a subtler ad hominem. Here, someone discredits your argument by linking you to a group or person they consider untrustworthy. For example, "You follow that group, so your opinion is invalid." This tactic ignores your actual argument and instead tries to undermine you based on your associations, which is logically irrelevant. Ad hominem fallacies are effective because they manipulate emotions and distract from the real issue. When someone attacks your character, it's easy to get caught up in defending yourself, rather than sticking to your argument. This tactic also influences onlookers, making them question your credibility instead of evaluating your reasoning. It's important to recognize when you're being manipulated in this way. Falling into the ad hominem trap means you start defending yourself instead of your argument. This is exactly what the attacker wants, to shift the focus away from the topic and onto you personally. By staying aware of this tactic, you can avoid getting sidetracked and keep the conversation centered on the real issue. When faced with an ad hominem attack, the best response is to stay calm and redirect the conversation. Instead of reacting emotionally, try saying something like, "Let's focus on the argument, not personal attacks." This helps bring the discussion back to the main point and shows that you're not easily manipulated by emotional tactics. Imagine you're in a debate and someone says, "You're just saying that because you're jealous." Instead of getting defensive, you could reply, "Let's stick to the facts of the discussion." This approach keeps the conversation productive and prevents the other person from derailing your argument with personal attacks. Learning to recognize and respond to ad hominem attacks builds your resilience in discussions. It helps you maintain control over the conversation and ensures that debates remain focused on ideas, not personal attacks. Over time, you'll find it easier to spot these tactics and respond effectively, making you a stronger communicator. To wrap up, the ad hominem fallacy is a common but misleading tactic that shifts attention from arguments to personal attacks. By understanding its forms and motivations, and by responding calmly and logically, you can keep discussions productive and focused on the real issues. Remember, strong arguments stand on their own. Don't let personal attacks distract you from making your point.